What a disappointing match for the American fans. You know, soccer, as it's called here in the United States, or football, has a hard time getting the attention of the American audience. It competes against baseball, American football, but this team really did capture the attention of American fans. It all goes back to that last-minute victory in the quarterfinal game against Brazil. And if you just look around the pub where I am, it was filled to capacity just a short time ago, emptied out after the game. People really came out to see this women's team. They were an inspiration for many fans. The sheer determination and athleticism of players like Abby Wambach, who came through with clutch goals, but in the end, they just couldn't pull it out.
I got to tell you, in my opinion, the game, I thought it was back and forth, which was great. It's unfortunate, you know, the U.S. had their chances. They couldn't capitalize on it. But, you know, I hope that they take this as like a motivating factor for them for the upcoming Olympics, you know, because really, they're the best team in the world, in my opinion. They still are.
Oh, my God. Honestly, I think the entire team is a star because you can't put it on one player because at the end, we pulled some people to go into the extra innings, and that's who you have to, like, rely on. And proud, but disappointed.
So not the desired ending for the American team, which was favored to win this tournament. But it was a great game and one that will be a boost for women's soccer here in the United States. And there's always the Olympics.
Well, Richard Farley is the editor of FoxSoccer.com, and he says that he was surprised by the level of U.S. interest in the tournament.
I think most of us that were planning our coverage of this tournament a couple of weeks ago were kind of cynical about whether people would latch on to women's soccer. I mean, soccer in this country is a very popular sport, but the women's game since 1999 has been a bit overlooked. The fact that this was being held in Europe, the time difference, I think some of us were expecting this team to be a little bit overlooked, and the team's results coming into this tournament weren't that impressive. So adding things up, we were looking at maybe a United States team that was going to underachieve in a tournament that's halfway across the world. We didn't expect a lot of coverage, but it has been quite the opposite. It's very difficult to measure how popular soccer is in the United States because it is an incredibly fragmented market. Now, you go over to Brazil or you say England, you have a lot of people that are very concentrated on the domestic leagues because of the quality of the domestic leagues. Now, here in the United States, our domestic league is still very young. It's obviously growing, but we have a lot of people here that turn their attention overseas, and they don't all turn to England or to Europe. A lot of people turn to Mexico, South America. So when you're trying to gather these people together to count them, to get some idea as to how popular professional soccer is in this country, it's very difficult.